A familiar stranger in the sky. We see it almost every night. The moon. Calm, glowing, predictable. But what if that familiar face in the sky isn't what we think? It lights up our nights, controls our tides, stirs our imagination. But for centuries, it's also stirred something else. Suspicion. Because some say the moon is not just a rock orbiting Earth, but a base, a beacon, or even a broadcast. Let's dive into the strangest, most mind-bending theories about the moon, and the missions that tried to uncover or hide the truth. The moon is hollow and rings like a bell. When Apollo 12 astronauts deliberately crashed their lunar module into the moon in 1969, something strange happened. Seismic instruments left behind registered vibrations, not for minutes, but for nearly an hour. It was so unexpected that scientists said the moon rang like a bell. That phrase exploded into conspiracy forums. Could a natural celestial body respond like that? The hollow moon theory was born. The idea that the moon is not solid, but a shell, and not just hollow, but engineered. Some researchers claim the moon is too perfect. Its orbit is unusually circular. It always shows the same face. Its mass, distance, and size align almost too precisely with Earth's. It's the only moon in the solar system that behaves like this. Is it a coincidence? Or was it calibrated? Proponents say it may be an observation post built by an ancient alien civilization watching Earth silently for millennia. NASA denies it. But the moon still hasn't explained itself. The moon landing was faked. But not why you think. The idea that NASA faked the moon landing isn't new. Shadows going in different directions, no stars in the background, the American flag appearing to wave in a windless vacuum. And the most cinematic theory of all, that it was directed by Stanley Kubrick using Hollywood sound stages. But the deeper version of this theory is even stranger. What if the moon landing was faked? Not because we couldn't go, but because we already had. Some believe that what NASA found up there wasn't safe to show the public. Structures? Entities? Warnings? So the televised landing became a cover-up and controlled narrative to distract from something too big or too terrifying. If that sounds extreme, remember this. After 6 successful moon landings between 1969 and 1972, NASA never went back. 50 years later, with better tech and bigger budgets, we're still grounded. Why? Structures on the far side. The moon always keeps one side hidden from Earth. It's called tidal locking, and because of it, we never see the far side. Not until probes finally got a look. In 2014, China's Chang'e 4 mission took some of the first images from the far side. Among them, cube-shaped objects, symmetrical ridges, a lonely monolith casting a shadow. NASA has its own strange archives. Photos taken during Apollo missions showing what some interpret as towers, domes, even pyramids. NASA calls it pareidolia. It means our brains seeing patterns in randomness. But others aren't so sure. If something was built on the moon, the far side would be the perfect place to hide it. The moon controls more than tides. We already know the moon affects Earth physically. It pulls on our oceans and creates tides. But what if it also pulls on us? One theory suggests that the moon emits low-frequency electromagnetic waves. Subtle, invisible, but powerful. These waves may influence sleep, mood, even decision-making. Ancient civilizations didn't think this was crazy. They associated the full moon with madness. The very word lunatic comes from luna. Hospitals and police departments still report spikes in activity during full moons. Coincidence? Or is the moon whispering? Alien warnings and the Apollo silences. During Apollo 11, some claim that a secret radio channel picked up a private message between Neil Armstrong and Mission Control. In the alleged transcript, Armstrong describes watching large spacecraft observing them from a nearby crater. NASA denies any such recording. But the audio cuts, the delays, the nervous tones, they all added fuel to the fire. Buzz Aldrin later spoke of strange lights that followed them in orbit. Other Apollo missions recorded unexplained sounds, metallic bangs and knocking from outside the module. Some astronauts even refused to speak publicly about what they experienced. And here's what's eerie. Apollo 17 in 1972 was the last time humans stepped on the moon. Despite the Cold War, the space race, and decades of progress, no one has gone back. Not officially, anyway. A perfectly impossible coincidence. There are strange facts about the moon that don't make headlines, but should. For example, the moon is exactly 400 times smaller than the sun, and also 400 times closer. That's why it perfectly eclipses the sun. Something astronomers call a 1 in a billion alignment. It stabilizes Earth's tilt, making life possible. It has no magnetic field, no atmosphere, and yet signs of ancient volcanic activity. Some scientists believe the moon may have been formed when a Mars-sized body collided with Earth. But others argue there's no debris trail. No proof. So what if it wasn't formed, but placed? If this made you question everything, you're not alone. My ebook, Hidden Truths, dives even deeper into the world's strangest events and unexplained mysteries. Secret experiments, vanished cities, underwater ruins. Download it now. Link in the description. Available for Kindle. Maybe the moon isn't just a satellite. Maybe it's a question, a signal, a reminder. We look to the sky for comfort, but the truth might be watching back.